we've gone live. Yes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So now, to make
Maybe
you,
host Prabhuji.
I'll make you. Co-host, yes. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. A big Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Energetic
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Humble obeisance to all devotees, co-host, and wonderful translation and wonderful chanting. Anuradha Mataji's chanting and Anusha Mataji's translation. Thank you so much. So we start. So my voice is clear. That is what.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, okay, just let me know if the screen is visible or not, and then we start. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes. Presentation is, yeah,
Sure.
you can see.
That was wonderful. Navameshwaram Damodarashtakam. I just thought we would continue with that. In fact,
Yeah.
for some time, it was so overwhelming. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Very good.
So once again, welcome to Bhagavad Gita for Adults and Youth, 9 p.m. English class conducted by ISKCON Mangaluru, Sri Radha Govinda Temple. Humble obeisance to Radha Govinda and Srila Prabhupada. And we are understanding Bhagavad Gita in 18 days, and today is chapter 14. So the deity at Mangalore Kulai, just look at the Syam Sundar, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful form of Radha and Govinda. Humble obeisance to both of them. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी कृपानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यो एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो 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 विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा
Hare Krishna.
ऑल ग्लोरी हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी. So all glories to founder Acharya, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai, His Holiness Jai Pataka Swami Guru Maharaj ki jai, and our temple president, His Grace Namanishtadas Prabhuji. Because of him, the entire online class, he is the architect of the online class. Hare Krishna. So we start today's chapter. Welcome to the chapter 14, which is called Guna Traya Vibhaga Yoga. So there are three words: Guna, Traya, Vibhaga, Yoga. In any case, you know. So Guna is the modes of nature. That's the Guna. Traya is three, and Vibhaga is the division. So division of modes of nature, and it doesn't end there. There is yoga also there, and yoga we know is connection. So by knowing this, we'll have a connection to Krishna, and we'll have a just by knowing it, we'll get liberated. So the chapter is about Maya, the jailer. So why you are getting jailed? Because we do not belong to this world. We do not belong to this, Aswaswatam and this world which is Dukhalayam. We just come here. Our original abode is in Golaka. We are supposed to be the permanent servitor of Krishna. However, we come for some or other reason. Reasons have been already explained in the chapters in the Karma Yoga. What kind of cause and effect thing, those have been already discussed. However, now this point where we're talking about the different modes of nature, because what has happened is, if you remember from chapter 1 to 13, so far we have been talking about different gunas, like for example, in 7.14, chapter 7:14, what was the verse? Daivi hesha gunamai mama maya durataya mam eva ye prapadyante maya metam tarantite. So he has given the hint of this maya and the hint of this gunas in various chapters, but now he's going to talk about this in a elaborate form. So maya is the jailer, and she keeps us from going to Krishna. Why she keeps us? Because we ourselves allow her to keep us. We given an example, right? That when we become friend with Maya, then she will not disturb us, because then we are the master's friend. We are given the dog example, right? If you remember. However, we are allowing it to get bound by the Maya. And Sri has, you can see, yes, she has got three ropes. And through these ropes, we are like puppets. And these ropes are, one is Sattva, or rather the, uh, the goodness. Then Raja is passion, and the Tama is ignorance. So through these three ropes, she binds us. So three deities of Krishna, his own Mama Maya Durataya, his own energy, but then his energy predominates in her world, and we are coming to that world. So therefore, what is the what we are supposed to do then? The moment we become pure and get attached to Krishna, and devotees of Krishna, then she cannot bind us. So that is the whole point. The question is, what are these three modes? How they operate? When they operate? And if somebody is in that mode, then at the time of death, then what are the various places that he or she goes, or that particular soul goes? So chapter 13 explained how the living entity Purusha, we talked about who is Purusha. We said that Purusha means enjoyer, and enjoyer, supreme enjoyer is Krishna. However, the soul thinks that it is the enjoyer. That's a false identification with the material nature. And the moment this identification takes place, at that moment, there is a desire for enjoyment. And because of that, entanglement happens. And because of that, he gets under the clutch of the material nature. And what is that clutch? That clutch is these three modes. So in this chapter, what are these three modes? How they work, how they bind the jiva, and how they will be destroyed by Krishna Bhakti. All this will be discussed. So there's a trap. So we have to get out of the trap through pure life. Three modes, 9 verses. Race for prominence. What is this race for prominence? So there are three modes. So there is a competition between these three modes. One wants to be uh, predominant over others, and so thereby it then it goes to the action in the modes, and then pure life. So chapter 14, conditioning of the soul by the material nature, is the first section. Then effect of conditioning. So what happened? What is the effect when you say? It means, just please let me know if I am audible properly, because the internet says that it's. Am I audible
Yes,
properly?
Prabhu.
Hare
Yes,
You're
Krishna.
audible.
I need to be confirmed, because there is a little change in internet and power. Hare Krishna. So we complete. So effect of conditions. Conditions of what? Conditioning through these modes. So what happens when somebody is in passion mode, somebody is in ignorant mode, somebody is in sattva mode? So what happens? What kind of activities, behavior, and conduct that he displays or she displays we also see. And of course, then is there a way out to transcend these modes, and why at all it is a requirement to transcend this mode? Because in any case, it's good. Good is supposed to be good. If somebody is good, what is the problem? That may be a question. He is a good person, so he should remain good. Why he needs to transcend? So that also we need to understand. So Maya is a kind of a force that makes us feel what is not true. So Ma plus Ya. Ma means in Sanskrit, Ma is Klaibang Masma Gama Parthaha. That was there, right? So you know, uh, don't become, you know, to this, uh, the petty miseries. So do not become like that. It doesn't suit you. All that he has said. Klaibang Masma. So Ma means basically no. And Ya means that. So Maya means that which is not. Just let us understand that which is not. So it is basically some things which is not true, but we think it is true. So in the Sattva, Raja, and Tama Guna that we're talking about, three modes, if you look at the three, that is Sattva, Raja, and Tama, then in that case, which is Sattva is, I again repeat, Sattva is the mode of Am I audible now? Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
So when we're just talking about Maya, Maya has played her trick, right?
Exactly.
Exactly at that moment, it played her trick, that which is not. So Sattva is the goodness, Rajo is the passion, and Tamo is the ignorance. So a little Maya, more Maya, and totally in Maya. So who are these nine sages? It's a little difficult, but still, if you anyone knows, can tell, can say. It's not very usual one. Anyone who can guess? If by chance they have read Bhagavatam and come across this, then okay, let's go ahead. So the name of the sages are Kabi, Habi, Antariksha, Prabuddha, Pippalayana, Abhirotra, Dravida, Chamasa, and Karabhajana. These are Nava Yogendras who came on the request of King Nami. King Nami was doing a fire sacrifice at that time. In which age the fire sacrifice was predominant? In Treta Yuga, right? So these are Yogandras who actually visited during a fire sacrifice, and and King Nemi was a great devotee of Vishnu, and he had asked many questions, some five, six questions, like what is soul, what is the nature of the soul, uh, how we can understand soul, and his last question was how can we know incarnation, and to which they have answered, and this answer appears in Bhagavatam. Which canto? 11th canto, 5th chapter, and 32 verse. What it says? It says, Krishna Varnam Tisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yajnaihi Sankirtana Prayer Yajantihi Sumedhasaha. So it says, in the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting, worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, we know he's Gauranga. He is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential company. So There is already there was a mention in Srimad Bhagavatam that that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will come in the Yuga of Kali, and his color will not be Krishna. His color will be, not blackish. So he's Gauranga, and he will do the Sankirtana, and he will come accompanied by associates. So this is not just one evidence from the Shastra. There are, so who is Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? There are a lot of, and why we are talking? Because we are talking about three modes, and he is beyond the three mode. He is Sri Krishna himself. So we can see in Srimad Bhagavatam another verse which says, Chanaha kalau yad abhavas triyogatha sattvam, hidden nature of the Supreme Lord's appearance in Kali Yuga. That is also given in Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto. And who says this? Prahlad Maharaj says this. And in the Garuda Purana, the Supreme Lord says, this is another Purana. Garuda Purana is primarily for the funeral rites and various processes which is given there. Generally, people believe that, and based on that, they do their final rites and rituals. So, aham purna bhavishyami yugo sandhyau visishyate maya pure navadvipe bhavishyami sachi sutaha. Maya pure navadvipe bhavishyami sachi sutaha. His mother's name is also mentioned. The place is also mentioned. That's Mayapur Navadip. I think, I don't know whether any of you have gone to Mayapur. If you go to Mayapur and see the form of Krishna, you cannot take your eyes off. It's so beautiful. When I first visited, in fact, I just could not even blink my eye. It was such an experience. So I'll take birth as a son of Sachi in Navadip Mayapur. I'll come in my complete spiritual form in the first part of Kali Yuga. So it is another Purana in which it is mentioned. In the same Garuda Purana, it is also stated Kalehe Prathama Sandhyayam. We talked about Sandhya Ratri, 2 Ratris, of this thing. So Kalehe Prathama Sandhyayam. Every yuga has this Lakshmi Kanto Bhavishyati. Daru Brahma is Lord Jagannath, Samipasthitaha Sannyasi Gaura Vigraha. So in the first part of Kali Yuga, the Supreme Personality of Godhead will come in the gold-like form. He is Gauranga. That's what we say first, and he came in our parampara, and he is Krishna himself, and then propagated the Sankirtana Dharma. Then he will become a sannyasi near Lord Jagannath, who will appear in the divine form. So Lord Jagannath will appear. That was also there already in the Garuda Purana and other Shastras. Narsimha Purana also it is said, Satya Daita Klodi Nasa Samaye Simu Radhva Martyakrits Martyakritis Tretayam Dasa Kandharam Paribhavam Rameti Namakritihi. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is in the Satya Yuga, appeared as a half man, half lion, our Narasimha Deva, to cure a terrible disease that had ravaged the Daityas, and who in Treta Yuga appeared as a person named Rama, the person who defeated the 10-headed demon Ravan. It doesn't stop here. The shloka continues, and who in the Dwapara Yuga removed the earth's burden and protected the Gopa people of Brajapura. Krishna will appear again in the Kali Yuga. His form will be golden. So it is Gauranga, it is written Gauranga Priya Kirtanaha Kali Yuga Chaitanya Nama Prabhu. He will delight in chanting the Lord's holy names, and his name will be Chaitanya. So this verse is in Narsimha Purana much before. He came in 1400, but these were written, even before Bhagavad Gita. These Puranas were written. In the Padma Purana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself states, So I shall appear on this earth in the first part of Kali Yuga in a beautiful place on the bank of the Bhagirathi. So the Navadvipa and Mayapur, those places are, near Bhagirathi only. And I shall have a golden form, and I shall take birth as the son of Sachi Devi. See, so we say in our prayer, we always say in our parna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Dvaita Gadadhara Stivasa Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya. So 5 tattvas. In the Atharva Veda, the Supreme Person say, I will descend on the earth after the passage of 4,000 years in the Kali age, and before the passage of 5,000 years. That's how exactly the 5,200 years has happened. Before 5,200 years, Gita was spoken. So I will come on the earth and 120 million years to the sun god. So I'll come on earth on the bank of the Ganges, and I'll be a tall and a saintly Brahmin devotee. I'll have all the auspicious symptoms of an exalted person. I'll exhibit renunciation. I'll have all auspicious signs. I'll be a devotee practicing bhakti yoga. I'll taste the rasa of my own devotional service. So he has come actually to understand Krishna, and like how Radha perceives Krishna, to understand that he has come in that form as a Krishna. Krishna comes to understand Krishna. Krishna comes to understand what Radha understands Krishna. Very, very interesting. Hare Krishna. So we come to the first verse. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Parang Bhuyah Prabhakshami Jnananam Jnanam Uttamam Yat Jnatva Munayah Sarve Param Siddhi Mito Gataha. The blessed Lord said, again I shall declare to you this supreme wisdom, the best of all knowledge, knowing which all the sages have attended to supreme perfection. So many sages. So not only these sages, but there are so many sages. We talked about the Saptarshis, in the beginning, Kumaras. Everyone actually knew this knowledge, and they all have attained the supreme perfection. So what is this knowledge? So wonderful, beautiful, amazing, that but just by knowing this knowledge, in the similar way, Krishna said that Janma Karma Me Divyam, whoever knows that also gets liberated. So this knowledge, he's giving secret after secret. These are secrets. Bhakti is a secret, we said. And this part of the Jnana Yoga, this is also secret, because now we are towards the end of the Gita. So further secrets are also coming. So by becoming fixed in this knowledge, one can attain to the transcendental nature like my own. By becoming fixed in this knowledge, one can attain to the transcendental nature like my own. Means Krishna's transcendental nature. What is his nature? His nature is eternal. He is Sachidananda. So the this nature one can attain. How? So that once he is established, one is not born at the time of creation or disturbed at the time of dissolution. So there is no return. There is no birth, death, disease, old age, and we do not return all to this dukkhalam ashashvatam. So what would be the beautiful life there? So this is Vaikuntha. We can see in the picture, this is a wonderful Vaikuntha where Krishna is there. So Vaikuntha means what? Where there is no kuntha. And what is kuntha? Kuntha is basically anxiety or limitation. Here there is no anxiety, no limitation, only blissfulness. Sachidanand is there. And there are various muktis and muktas rather reach there. So mukti is like there is a sarupya mukti. So we can see there's all the people, all the people who are here, we can see they all have the same similar bodies of that of Krishna. They are all in the 400 forms, all are look-alikes, and nobody knows who is Krishna and who is the servitor. Uh, Nobody knows. Yeah. There is only one thing where, from Krishna's chest, there is a, clearing light comes from his hair. So that is the only point. So people who got Sarupya Mukti, they got the same, absolutely the same rupa, same form. Then some people get Salukya, where they go to the same abode. They survive this they serve in different ways. There are so many. There are Surabhi cow and desire trees. Everything is there, and it's all bliss. And there is also Samipya. Samipya is what? They just sit near him, very near to him. So they would be doing maybe Pada Seva, they would be doing some, maybe dressing him, whatever Seva is available there is there. And one more thing, let us also understand, Seva doesn't mean a relation between a master and a servant. It is not, because the Seva we talked about different rasas, right? It can be Vatsala rasa. If it is Vatsala rasa, then Seva is in form of a father or mother to the son. So that is a Seva. So Seva is not always like just master and servant. Let us understand that very, very clearly. It can be a friend to friend. That is also a Seva. Sakhya Bhava, if somebody is in Sakhya Bhava. Then somebody can be in Madhurya Bhava, a girlfriend or a wife. So that is also a seva. So when we say permanent servitor of Krishna, that is our constitutional position, this can be with different bhavas. Like all these souls are enjoying here permanently, they are not going to return and always near to him with the same form and enjoying. So idam jnanam upashritra mama sadharmyam agataha सर्गोपि नपुजायन्ते प्रलयेन व्यथन्ति च प्रलयेन व्यथन्ति च and sargapi nopajayante. So neither they born in the time of creation, that is the sarga, not swarga, it is sarga, and or neither at the time of dissolution, that is at the pralaya. That is what Krishna is saying. By doing what? By understanding the three gunas. So that point we should not forget. So did we evolve or created by the Lord? So let us open the microphone. Unmute. Did we evolve or created by Lord?
Created by Lord. Yes. Of course, we are created by Lord.
Wonderful, Prashida Bhushan Prabhuji. And anyone else? So primarily, Krishna is completely refuting the Darwin's theory. There is nothing like an evolution which has happened. It's all he's saying it's all bullshit. So now he's giving this you know inside story which he was saying before also. When he was saying aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam budha bhava samanyutaha, that time he didn't say how. He just said everything emanates from me. Now he's saying how. So what he's saying, Mamo yonir mahat brahma tasmin garbham dadhami aham sambhavah sarva bhutanam tato bhavati bharata. Mama yonir mahat brahma. So the total material substance called Brahman is the source of birth, and it is that Brahman that I impregnate, making possible the birth of all living beings, O son of Bharata. So it is very clear. Lord Krishna impregnates the Prakriti or the material nature, and thereby everything emanates, not through evolution. So all the 84 lakhs of species and everything that we see all around are through the impregnation process of Lord Krishna. He would also say in the subsequent verses that he is the seed giving father. So we proceed to the next. If there is, yeah. So next is Sarvo Yonusi Konteya Murtaya Sambhavanti Yaha Tasam Brahma Mahat Yonir Aham Bija Pradapita. He's saying now, it should be understood that all species of life, all 82 lakhs of species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed giving father. So we know how Brahma comes as a lotus from his navel, and after that, the entire creation happens. But he enters and impregnates the Prakriti, and thereby the entire creation and the event of soul happens because we are all part and parcel of Krishna. So it should be understood, in fact, very well that we the living entities are in quality they are same as Krishna, but not in quantity. Like we said in a Kshetrajna, we know about our field, limited field, but we do not know all the fields. So similarly, in terms of quality, we are same, but in terms of quantity, he is infinite. So 84 lakhs of species exist in this universe. You can see whether it is a cow, lion, monkey, bird, aquatics, whatever, the butterflies, the fishes, if all these lives, 84 lakhs of species, we travel, we don't know. In last birth, I was, a fish or a lion or what, I don't know, because we have to take various bodies based on our past karmas. Not a, and it is, we, and it's not a matter of luck. That's more important. We can't say that, oh, it was in a bad luck. So I was born as a lion and now I become a human being. Now it is a good luck. No, it is all absolutely cause and effect based on the karma, based on the desire. So if we discuss this, if there's indiscriminate, eating, whether somebody is, killing and eating and that kind of propensity is there is no discrimination, then then Krishna says he's Anumanta also, because we just read in the last verse that Upadrashta Anumanta cho Bharta Bhokta Maheshwara. So he permits, he's a permitter, so he permits your desire. He's a good friend, Suhrudam Sarvabhutanam. So he permits and sanctions that you desire this. Fine. So, then you become a hog, will not have a difference. Somebody wants to have a, propensity of diving too much. Okay, underwater, this and that, scuba diving, what not. So fine, then why you are trying so much? So become a fish, and somebody wants to fly but doesn't want to fly high, so wants to fly, but then, if he fears high, then fine, then you don't fly too high like a, let's say some big bird, so become a butterfly, whatever. So there are so many kind of desires which is possible, and therefore, so one thing is very clear, that our desire is also limitless. So what is the purpose of this material world? Now this question may come, then why, if this all these problems are there, then what is the purpose of the material world and creation, and why did Lord create it? What was the point of creation, one can ask. So it is very simple. Krishna has already answered it. He's saying this is Dukkhalayam Ashwashatam. It is Dukkhalayam. It is a place of misery. And it is the place of, Dukkha, pain. So this material world is meant for misery, just as a prison house is meant for punishment. So what is a prison house is made of? For punishment only, nothing else. So there can be a class A jail, class B jail, and class C jail, wonderful jails with some facilities, maybe some TV, some this and that. But jail is a jail. So jivas are bound in this material world. That is to be understood, because this is not our natural habitat. Our natural habitat is Golaka. Sattvam rajas tama iti guna prakriti sambhavaha. सत्व रजस्तम इति गुण प्रकृति संभवः निबध्नाति महाबाहु देहे देहिनम अव्ययम. Material nature consists of the three modes. Now he's saying, what are the three modes? Goodness, passion, and ignorance. When the living entity comes in contact with nature, he becomes conditioned by these modes. So let us now take some time to understand what it is in a very simple example. So just request for a little attention. Goodness, for example, sometimes, we also see in our normal life, when we see a boy or a girl, we say, oh, see, he's so good. He behaves so well. He's such a good natured boy. Just we say he's good. He's good means what? He's good means that he's polite, he's humble, he does, he's a good student, and all that. So let's take a student example, like for the goodness. So there is a very good student. So what a good student does, he reads well, goes to class well, he does his homework well, and then, he doesn't cheat in the exam and writes well. He remembers everything, and then he becomes first also. So goodness results in good result. So that is the kind of, sattva we can understand like that. That it's a goodness. So that can be in terms of, purity, in terms of all these good qualities that Krishna was talking in the previous chapter, that what are the, he has published a list. I was talking yesterday, right. So goodness is all those good qualities, amanitvam, humility, tolerance, and all that. So good student is one example of sattva, just a simile. And another example could be, the best example can be of a corporate for the Raja. In the corporate, okay, one is a good student or whatever, but after that he gets a job. The moment he gets a job, because that was his target, to get the job, the best job, to get the best promotion, to get the best increment, and then it doesn't stop there. He just hankers for more and more and more, more promotion, more money, more enjoyment, more promotion, more money, more enjoyment. So there is no end to it. And he or she comes to a point where she doesn't even bother to make a sin to achieve her or his passion, because passion is at top. I want to get to this. So there is a limitless endeavor, continuous limitless endeavor to achieve the goal, which is purely nothing to just for the enjoyment ultimately. So all these people, ultimately, for the endeavoring, they will again come back to the earth, because they are in the endeavoring stage. So they will again endeavor, because that is the thought at the last of, during the death. So this cycle will go on. So in our, therefore, we see so many people just endeavoring like anything, and they don't bother. In fact, they don't bother whether it is going to destroy their health. So everything comes, whether it is diabetes, blood pressure, doesn't matter. But they will work like 17 hours, 18 hours, 19 hours, just for passion. And the third part is the ignorance or the tama. So that is where it is something like escapism. All of some people escape from the reality. So what they do, they sleep more, as if the sleep would change the problem. Problem will stay as it is, so they want to sleep. They're lazy, and after some time, what happens? That converts into alcoholism, drugs. They become drug addicts, and then in the drug addicts, that eightfold fall down. How it happens? So ultimately, uh, they go to the hellish planets. This is the end of them. That also will down. So just to understand how it works, what happens in sattva stage? So tatra sattvam nirvala nirmalavat prakasakam anamayam sukha sangena vadnati jnana sangena chanagaha. O sinless one, the mode of goodness, being purer than the others, is illuminating, and it frees one from all sinful reactions. Those situated in that mode develop knowledge. So they develop knowledge, but they become conditioned by the concept of happiness. So there are two things. One is that it is illuminating. So we discussed about the illumination of the nine gates. So it is, some people also say that it is something, illumination of the different chakras. So there is something called a chakra meditation. So that is maybe part of the Ashtanga Yogi or whatever. Now that is also not required, Krishna is saying, because ultimately devotional service will give you everything. That goes without saying. But here, two things are important. They are developing knowledge, and this knowledge is which knowledge? Not the material knowledge, but the knowledge what Krishna was talking on or saying on last chapter. Kshetra Gyor Jnanam Yat Jnanam Tat Jnanam Matam Mama, he was saying. So that Jnana they develop, and they are also happy. But here there is a caveat which Krishna is saying, that it's all good. You are in sattva mode, it is very good. However, this is just the ladder. This is not the end, because you are still stuck to your happiness. So you might go to Swarga Loka, some good loka, some Kailasha, or Brahma Loka. But after all your good results are vanished, then you will again come back. Chinne Punye Vishanti Martyaloke. That is what it is said. So therefore, there has to be a way for transcendence, which we'll discuss in the next. So this is what it is. For a sattvic person, he is able to filter the bad thoughts at the thinking level. So the filtration happens in such a way that it doesn't enter to the feeling level. So at willing level, only the good thoughts remain. I think it is making clear that he's able to restrain, or he's able to filter the bad thoughts. For example, if somebody is shouting, the sattvic person might have a bad thought for a moment, but immediately he is able to filter, and he immediately takes he immediately takes a decision. Then, no, I'll remain calm. So he develops the sattvic quality. What happens to the passionate person is rajo rajo ragatmakam vidhi trishna sanga samudbhavam tan nimathnati kaunteya karma sangena dehinam. The mode of passion is born of unlimited desire. So we're talking about this unlimited desire. So it is so unlimited that he just think of that, and just doing, and then he dies like that with all longings. So if somebody dies with a longing, then that longing will only carry in the mind, intelligence, and ego, and goes to the next body. That is what we understood, right? And because of this, one is bound to the material fruitive activities. So he has to take birth again and again, does the same thing, which so this cycle continues. So in Rajasic, what happens? In the bad thoughts, he's not able to filter. It hits in the feeling level, and thereby he becomes distressed. So his ultimate thing is that he becomes always distressed. So this is the problem of Rajasic. What happens with Tamasa? It is the most dangerous kind of scenario, so to say. Tamastvi ajnanajam vidhi mohanam sarvadehinam pramad alasya nidrabhis tan nibadhnati bharata. O son of Bharata, the mode of ignorance causes the delusion of all living entities. Delusion. The result of this mode is madness, indolence, and sleep. So all, if we are seeing all these people who are intoxicated and all the time they are into drugs, doing mad, and always sleeping, we find such people also. It's not that they are only on the roadside. They are there in our normal society. They are there in the office also. They may not be displaying those things, but when it comes, then those things are clear, that how much they are fully immersed into that. We see that, and it leads to madness. And we'll also see that what happens to these people who are in the tama guna, they go to the hellish planets. Okay, so this is most dangerous. At least the Rajasic people at least come back to earth. At least. Okay, they continuously go to the 80 earth and do something or other, but at least they remain in earth. But these Tamasic people go to the hellish planets. There's the most dangerous kind of situation to be. So, so what happens to a Tamasic person? He doesn't have good thoughts at all. He is only having bad thoughts, and that is what he is willing to do. He is willing to do whatever is coming to his mind. If his mind is coming that now you sleep, so he sleeps. His mind is coming that now you drink, he drinks. Now you take drug, he drugs. Now, if your mind is coming, now you do all the heinous activities, he does. Whatever. He or she will not think it is good or bad. So Sattvic filters bad thoughts, not allowing them to go beyond thinking level. Rajasic allowed bad thoughts to the feeling stage, and so he is disturbed, though he may not act according to the bad thoughts. We just discussed, and Tamasic does not allow good thoughts. He doesn't allow. He's so immersed in his delusional thoughts that even if somebody talks, about Gita, somebody says that there is a soul and there is, you are not the body, you are the soul, your ultimate abode is Golaka, you have to get out of this, Dukkhala Mashashvatam, nothing will enter his head. Nothing will enter his head. So one thing is sure. Now, if we all are here and you all are listening to Bhagavad Gita, then definitely you are in Sattva mode. Because so many people registered, but only few people come. And that too, even the Deepavali offer was also regretted. So it is 100% sure that you are in Sattva Guna, and therefore you are able to listen Gita today. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Krishna.
Bol,
Hare
Hari
Hare
Bol.
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare
Hare Bol.
Krishna.
So what are qualities of a person in Sattva Guna? Just quickly, whatever is coming to your mind. Just 2 seconds.
They are
Anyone?
in peace. They are in
Yes.
peace,
Yes, they will be in peace. What else?
and like when they talk to others, they talk equally. They don't fight with them. That's when they
Yes,
are.
yes. They will not fight. They will not envy.
Yeah, yeah.
They are always blissful. They are pure. The
Humble,
thoughts are pure.
humble, humility.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah. Please proceed. Please tell me. Yes.
They are humble. They have humility, at least
Yes.
some humility.
Yes. They are absolutely humble. Their thoughts are good. But only there is one small issue with them. What is that? Let us see. So as Prabhu was saying, perfectly, they are peaceful, happy, they're humble, but just they're very active and little proud of their knowledge because they know now what is the knowledge. And because of that, they're calm, they're creative thinkers, brahmanas, scientists, philosophers, and not only them, this is just a small list. There are many, but only one thing which binds them is the purity, the sense of purity, the sense of little superiority, the sense of even uh, I already know attitude, and all that are the qualities of. And what are qualities of a person in Rajoguna? He is not perhaps humble, Mataji, because if he is a superiority complex, then he may not be humble, right? He may be sattvic, but may not be humble. Mataji.
Yeah, agree. Yeah.
Because humility is the quality of a devotee. And that is why Krishna is always saying that
Yeah.
is you can become a devotee. But Sattvic is the platform. Without the Sattvic platform, our devotion, that is the start point of devotion. If you're not in Sattva, you cannot even start. So that in any case is required. So what are qualities of a person in Rajaguna? Quickly, 2 seconds.
Stress is one thing. I just
So
know
it is
stress.
an endless endeavor that they're doing. Then they're selfish. Then they don't bother about others if something hurts to others or not. All those things, right? So they're
Greed.
greedy, over ambitious,
Greed.
very active. Yes, they want praise, honor, and all that. So therefore, they're hankering for positions, so promotions, all that they're hankering, and their entire life goes. You can see on the, it's a pictorial representation that they want to build something always. This person is building his health. Maybe he's competing with Arnold or someone, I don't know. But yes, that their competition never ends. Selfish, envious, competitive, hasty, material enjoyment. So, but their ultimate aim is material enjoyment. All this endeavor, the entire life is gone just to find some good food, some good drink, some good stuff to enjoy. And we know very well that enjoyment, the concept of enjoyment itself is false. It is Maya, that which is not. So why does material nature bind them? Because of this, fruits of work. So they want to fulfill unlimited desires. So desire will follow to the next life, willing to, and they don't stop. They to even sin. fulfill that desire. They might do some unethical practices to go up or get their position. That even that, we hear about so many corporate stories of Me Too. All the stories we know, those people are passionate people. In fact, they are not tamasic. They are all passionate people. They go to this position, and they do not again distinguish between who is married, who is not married. So anything they can do. So cannot take up bhakti with determination. Naturally, they cannot take bhakti with determination, because for bhakti, what is required are those humility, determination, tolerance, all that. So what are qualities of person in a tamoguna? Hare Krishna, Mataji, Priya Mataji,
I would say talking rubbish.
Priya Mataji will say now. Okay, so lazy. We already said that they're lazy. They're in the darkness. They always sleep more than 10 to 12 hours. They're addicted to drinking, this, that, drugs, intoxication, and they're the permanent postponers. Or so to what is that called? There's another word for postponement.
Procrastination.
Procrastination, right? So there's a permanent procrastination. Yeah, permanent procrastinator, as if life is not there, as if they're dead. So they're basically in the animalistic thing. They don't know anything beyond, so to say, is eating, sleeping, mating, and depending. And then that is the kind of thing. And all the time, the people you can see, there's even the so there is representation of a dog who is also watching a mobile. So what a wonderful simile. So basically, what it's saying is that though they're sitting on a sofa with suit and boot and all that, but they're behaving like a dog or whatever it is. Or why does material nature bind them? Absolute madness, laziness, sleep. So that will, again carry on to the next life. And and because of laziness, naturally, see, we learned that if Ananya Bhakti is possible, Krishna was giving all those options. First, Ananya Bhakti, not possible, then do Sadhana Bhakti. What is sadhana bhakti? Then there has to be austerities. That there's a requirement to get up at 5 p.m. or and then do aratis, do chanting, devotee association, go to temple, deity seva. So many things one has to do. Even Ashtanga yogi also do so many austerities when he has to be in a secluded place. And Yama, Niyama. Yama is what? Austerities. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, you know, uh, then pratyahara, dhyana, dharana, samadhi. Even that also, there is a lot of austerities. These people cannot do. So neither they can do, they are fit for Ashtanga Yoga, nor they are fit for Bhakti Yoga. So they are not fit at all for anything. So they goes to the hellish planets. Very simple. So identify your mode. What time do you wake up? We can see, we can identify ourselves. 5 o'clock, Sattva 8 o'clock, I mean, AM, Rajaguna, Tamoguna, 11 o'clock. Because in any case, they're so drug addicted and intoxicated, they cannot rise also. So how modes act during the times of the day? So it is not that, okay, one more thing we should understand is it is not that, anyone for that matter, any of us is 100% sattva or 100% raja or 100% tam. It is always a mix. And this mix is also like a wave in the sense that sometimes sattva goes a little high, the tama goes down. So we do a lot of chanting, we do a lot of things, other things. And then suddenly, because of some other, like, what happened to Ajamila? He was such a wonderful, austere Brahmin. And suddenly, just one scene he has seen in the jungle, that Shudra was making love with the prostitute. And one scene, his entire life was gone. So, so sometimes Sattva is, above Tama. Sometimes Raja is predominant. So we act and do. We say whatever you're doing, why you're doing, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was also saying, or even to the ask people say, what are you doing all this Hare Krishna? Do some job. Yes, we are doing job. Do you know that in ISKCON, except maybe some 1%, 99% people are having full-time jobs. are having full-time job, having family, and doing this service. So it is not that they're not doing jobs; they're doing everything and then doing this service. I'm also in a job. I'm also working for a multinational company. I'm supposed to be a CPO of a company. So I'm doing. So I'm saying it's for everyone. Hare Krishna. So these are the times: goodness, early morning, late night. All these are times. So it also says at certain time are also, you know, that particular guna is predominant. So early morning in the Brahma Murta, in fact, the Muhurta itself carries the goodness. So if we do our chanting or all those things, then there is a support. There is a support from the nature itself. Because nature, these are the gunas of the nature, right? Material nature. So material nature has some predominant time where all these are there. So morning you will have more goodness, freshness, goodness. Late morning. So therefore we say 9 to 5 a.m. 5 p.m. job. At least now there is no 9 to 5. Now people are working for all these passionate people work for 12 hours, 14 hours. But 9 to 5 was a symbol that that's for the passion. That's a time also. It matches the time here. That's the office time, right? Ignorance, late night. Yeah. So identify your mode. Sattva guna chanting, Raja guna, you can see that always endeavoring only for the sense enjoyment. No time for Krishna. Am I audible now? Hare Krishna. Am
Yes,
I audible?
Prabhuji. Yes,
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Light has gone out, power has gone out, but then now Maya is not able to catch us because we have just going to transcend the modes after some time. So Tamoguna. So also identify your mode through books preferred. You can say this beautiful Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, Upanishad, so many things. Sattva Guna. Raja Guna, you can see this startup, this and that, corporate, zero to one, etc., etc. And Tamo Guna, you can see what kind of stories, all these various, you know, in fact, the Bollywood and Hollywood and all those people have actually understood Gita properly, and they picked up from here only to show only the ones which binds the living entities. So they understood that what binds. Lust binds, so they will show lust. So some tamoguna bind, so they will show the scenery of all those drinking and other thing. So all they know, the knowledge is coming from Krishna and no one else, and somebody is using that knowledge for his gain, and everyone is using that for some monetary gain. So that is the irony. Identify your mode, sleeping time. If somebody wants to get up at 5, then to be at Sattva, he has to also go early. It's good for health as well. And Raja, sees, his mails and all that, even, up to 11 o'clock. Then again, he gets up, even if 5 or 6, again sees his mail. So, I mean, so many things he does. Tamo he doesn't, when he goes to sleep, we don't know, maybe 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, drug addicts. So Arjuna pondered, does one mode becomes predominant? Yes. Sattvam sukhe sanjayati rajah karmani bharata jnanam abhritya tu tamaha pramade sanjayati uta. The mode of goodness conditions one to happiness. We talked. This is the quality of what are the qualities of person in goodness. So happiness and passion conditions him to the fruits of action, always hankering for the for the result, and ignorance to the madness. So if you look around and then find those people, you can very well understand in which mode he is. And sometimes we see, sometimes also we see, in our office or in our relatives, or that, but so such and such person was so good. I don't know how he shouted. He was so good. Yes, so sometimes he was predominant with that Raja Guna, so he shouted. So now you can decipher that which guna somebody is in. Is somebody, and somebody was so good. Now every day he comes home and drinks. So what has now predominant? now the Tama is becoming predominant, so we should be very, very careful. So now he is to be brought to Raja and or maybe Sattva slowly. So sometimes the mode of passion becomes prominent, defeating the mode of goodness. O son of Bharata. And sometimes the mode of goodness defeats passion, and at the other times the mode of ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In the same way, there is also competition of the supremacy. So there is always a competition of supremacy, because goodness says that, okay, you guys, passion and this, ignorance, you just stop. You don't, play around. So the person who is in Sattva, for him, this is what happens. But again, at some point of time, Raja comes up. Then some thoughts come to this Sattvic person also, that okay, fine, but then some other person has gone to London, so he has seen the London Bridge or whatever. So all those things will come. And then he suddenly says, oh, no, I should also strive. I should also, get some money. And then I should also go to London. And all that things will come. So now the same person, Sattva was predominant, and suddenly Raja is trying to be, dominant. Then when Raja is dominant, then Tama will also try at some point of time when the night comes, where the night is supposed to be the time of Tama, then it will become, more dominant. Then it says, all what you are doing, everybody is enjoying in the club. So please come. The Sattvic person, he is able to filter. So then he is easily filtering that bad thought. But Raja is not able to filter. So then he will go, may go. And Tamato absolutely cannot filter, so he will definitely go. Okay. So this is how the pictorial representation of it. You have a mind. So we have seen the chariot where the rein is the mind, the horses are the senses, and buddhi is there who is controlling mind. But mind itself is working under three gunas. So just imagine that even our emotions, I'm feeling anxiety. I'm feeling loved, or I'm feeling not loved. I'm feeling hatred. Whatever I'm feeling anger. So we say our emotions are looks to be ours. So that is also Maya. So Maya, the word Maya has been actually abused like anything, that we actually lost the meaning of Maya. Maya is that which is not. So the emotions are not ours. Krishna says it is primarily coming from the gunas. So guna is, tying the mind and turning towards that particular guna, and then accordingly the mind is showing its propensity. So sarve dvaresu dehesmin prakasa upajayate jnanam yada tada vidyat vibruddham sattvam iti uta. The manifestations of the mode of goodness can be experienced when all the gates of the body are illuminated by the knowledge. Yes, we talked about the chakra meditation and all that, but that is also not required. Ultimately, Krishna says, because devotional service in any case is going to purify all the chakras, and all the dwaras, or the all the doors will be illuminated. Okay, then lobha prabhuti, lobha prabhutir, lobha prabhutirarambha karmanamashamaha spruha rajasya tani jayante vibruddhe bharatarshava. Now using the word bharatarshava, you are you know the 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 best of the Bharata. O chief of the Bharatas, when there is an increase in the mode of passion, the symptoms of the great attachment, uncontrollable desire, hankering, and intense endeavor develop. So this is what we can see. He is not, when the passion dominates, then for getting that passion, now he will not discriminate. He is approaching, he doesn't know whether he's approaching unmarried or married or what. He can do any extent. He can do some unethical practices to get the money. So all that will happen. And this is the most dangerous scenario, where when someone comes to the stage of Tama. So, O son of Kuru, when there is an increase in the mode of ignorance, madness, so three things: madness, illusion, inertia and darkness are manifested. So what we saw is action happens in Raja. All the action that is happening, all the projects, this and that, whatever is happening, it is all due to Raja. But hankering doesn't stop. Problem is that in Sattva also the happiness, hankering for happiness and hankering for superiority and the sense of I know more, that doesn't stop. And for this person who is in absolute ignorance, Tama, everything goes to the hell. So where will the people in these modes go after they die? Now he'll clarify. Yada sotte prabruddhe tu pralayam yati dehabhrit tadottama abhidang lokan amalan pratipadyate. When one dies in the mode of goodness, he attends to the pure higher planets of the great sages. So there are many planets of the sages. There is a Tapalaka, there is Janalako, which is above the Bhurloko. In the Goloka chart we have seen, we'll also see next. And what happens to the Rajasi people? Rajasi pralayam gatva karma sangitsu jayate tatha prali nastamasi mudhayo nisu jayate. When one dies in the mode of passion, he dies in the mode of passion. So that means what? So at the time of death, he is hankering again for something. That's something we don't know. So that something could be any of this picture. He could be, indiscriminate eating or something. Then he might become a hog or maybe, want to something. So all this will happen. And he takes birth among these engaged fruitive activities. He comes to earth also, although, and when one dies in the mode of ignorance, he takes birth in the animal kingdom or goes to the lower species, whatever. So karmanaha sukrutasyahu satvikam nirmalam phalam rajasastu phalam dukkham ajnanam tamasaha phalam. By acting in the mode of goodness, one becomes purified. So purification process is something that happens only in sattva, where we are discussing Bhagavad Gita, we are discussing Bhagavatam. All this activity, the devotee association, that will give purify us. And purification process is not possible in Raja or Tama. So that is clear. We can see on the right hand picture, absolute delusion, foolishness. You can see that there is something, some kind of staircase is made, but one cannot even enter into the staircase. It is made in such a way. The first one is temple where all the goodness, purity, everything is there. In the middle is where all the project, this and that happens, but the hankering is so much that he always gets distressed. So from mode of goodness, real knowledge develops. From mode of passion, grief develops. So if somebody is in grief, then we can always say that this grief is coming out of where? Is it coming out of your mode of passion? We must check. And from the mode of ignorance, foolishness, madness, and illusion develop. We can see even, how their faces are. This happy person on the top, the middle one is hankering so much after some gold or whatever they want, some kind of hankering. And the last one is absolute, look at his eyes, absolutely delusioned, doesn't know what to do, not to do, you know. So urdhvam gachanti sattvastha madhye tishtanti rajasaha. Jaghanya is dangerous. Jaghanya guna vrittistha adho gachanti tamasa. So urdhva, madhya, and adho, and also Jaghanya. So those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planets. Those in the mode of passion live on the earthly planets, and those in the mode of ignorance go down to the hellish planets. So that is called Jaghanya, because it's all painful, all painful. Adho gachati. And what it looks like this is just a depiction that okay, you go up in the plane or it comes down. That is in the middle. It is the you know the people who are in the Raja. So this is just a zoom up of the Golaka chart just for our Jagat. This Jada Jagat. This Jada Jagat is you have 13 planetary systems. So you can see from the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu that there is a sprouting of the lotus where Brahma is there at the top. So he is in the Satyaloka. We are here, that is at the Bhurloka. This is Bhurloka is the earth plane. And there are Bhubar Loka, then Swarga Loko, where all these people will go. Then Mahar Loka, Jana Loka, Tapa Loka. If there are so good things, so the people with goodness will visit these lokas. This so when Krishna says that Urdhva Gacchati means this upper planetary system. Urdhva Gacchati. Madhya means what? This earth itself is this, our Bhurloko is in the Madhya, middle planet. So therefore, the people in the passion will remain on earth and keep on coming back, keep on coming back, keep on coming back. And however, the tamas people will go to the lower planets, which are Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala, but it doesn't end with Patala. Even below Patala, there are hellish planets, which are so painful. So, can I transcend these modes? And what is the need of transcendence? Because in happiness also, the ultimate abode is Brahmaloka. If somebody in Sattva, he cannot go beyond Brahmaloka. And we saw that Brahma also has a time, and they will also fall down after some time. So, Nanyang Gunebhya Kartarang Yada Drushtam Anupashyati, Drushtaanupashyati, Gunebhyascha Parambetti, Madhbhabam Sodhigachati. When you see that there is nothing beyond these modes of nature, when you see, yesterday we say, Yaha Pasyati, Sa Pasyati. Here also he is saying, when you see that there is nothing beyond these modes of nature in all activities, and that the Supreme Lord is transcendental to all these modes, then you can know my spiritual nature. So people are victims of their habits. But there is a way out to break free. So Krishna tells us to rise from this tamasic to rajasic, from rajasic to sattvic, but do not stay there. Because in sattvic also, again, it is not a break free scene. It is with breaks. So how to break the shackle? To break the shackle is rise above all modes and be free from distresses to Vaikuntha. Where there is no kunta, there is no misery, there is no birth, death, anything. So what is the way out? Chant and be from earth, death, old disease, old age and decay. So chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. This is the only way. When the embodied being is who? The soul is able to transcend these three modes, he can become free from birth, death, old age, and their distresses. Therefore, this is called Dukkhalam Ashashvatam and can enjoy nectar even in this life. So, this is more important. This is that even he can enjoy nectar even this life, not that only after death. So, we can take the example of Prabhupada. See, neither the old age nor disease, nor death, in fact, touched him because he said that I'll not die, I'll be in my books, and he is in my books. That is what we're reading now. And old age, what is old age? He started in 69. He went at the age of 69. So, so they are in the nirguna, not nirguna. They're the beyond the three modes. Arjuna inquired, "Oh, my dear Lord, by what symptoms is one known who is transcendental to those modes? What is his behavior and how does he transcend the modes of nature?" Arjuna always asks this question. Like last chapter also he asks. He's a very good, he's a very good student. He asks questions. To be a good student, we have to really ask questions like Arjuna, but asking with humility. And what is that verse? Tadviddhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. There, and that's where he asks. And he's asking, what does he, like he was asking in other chapter, now, what is the sthita pragya, ka bhasa, sitati muni, how does he speak? All that he was asking. Now he's asking, what is that symptom of the person who has transcended all three modes? So the Blessed Lord said, he who does not hate illumination. It is very, very interesting. Just look at this. Beautiful. He who does not hate illumination, attachment, and delusion, he doesn't hate. And when they are present, so if there is light, if there is attachment and delusion, he does not hate that, nor longs for them when they are disappear. Point is, when attachment comes, And delusion comes, like delusion comes for some reason, for a person who is on a sattva mode, but for the person who is transcendent, delusion may come, attachment may come, and sometimes even light also may come. But he is not remembering that. He doesn't long for that when they disappear. So, matra spursha kontaya suitoshnu sukha dukkada. Then, agama paina stan. Yes. So, no longer for them when they disappear, who is seated like one unconcerned, being situated beyond this material reactions of the modes of nature, who remains firm, knowing that the modes alone are active, who regards alike pleasure and pain alike, looks on a clod, a stone, a piece of gold with an equal eye. So again, the point of Pandita Samadarshina is coming. So pleasure and pain same, hate and love same, desire, no desire same, illumination, darkness same, attachment, no attachment same, you know, dog eater, Brahmin, Shudra same. If that kind of Padma Patra Vivambasa and that happens, then he is the wise person and holds praise and blame to be the same, who is unchanged in honor and dishonor. And these are the qualities which Krishna is expecting, who treats friend and foe alike, who has abandoned all fruitive undertakings. This is the Niskama Karma. So, in fact, now he has summarized from third chapter to the 13th chapter in this saying that ultimately when he comes to this devotional service, then he transcends the modes of nature. So he's Narada Muni is the only job is glorifying Krishna. So he's always in the devotional mode and he is definitely transcendent all the three modes. So someone who is not in the bodily or mental identification platform. So what is the bodily and mental identification platform? So I am the body. That is the body level conscious, annamoya kosha level. So I eat to live, or I live to eat, whatever. So only for the body, only for the bodily enjoyment, and maybe for some mental circus, looking at some movies or whatever, and then getting those enjoyment, some kind of mental enjoyment. If somebody is in that, so basically one part of the gross body, one part of the subtle body, but is in the spiritual identification. So Krishna is saying, if somebody is not in the body or mind identification, but in the spiritual identification, the words look to be okay. Let us rather simplify it. So what Krishna is saying that if somebody is in spiritual identification means he has the complete understanding that I am the soul, I am not the body. That is a spiritual identification. Vedas teach us how to live in this jail comfortably. Krishna tells us how to come out of this jail. Veda will say, do the prescribed duty, go to the heaven, go to the Brahma Loko, Tapa Loko, Jana Loko, Satya Loko, whatever, enjoy heaven, enjoy Apsaras, enjoy whatever. But again, you will be in the jail. So Krishna says, come out of the jail, come to Golaka. Let us go together. So मामचो यो व्यभिचारिण भक्ति योगेन सेवते सगुणान समतीयैतान ब्रह्म भूयाय कल्पते. One who engages in full devotional service. Now, the devotional service is coming as the only process by which we can reach Krishna. We can be united. We can go to his abode. We can have all the kinds of sarupya, saluka, muktis, and at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. So Brahmano hi pratisthanam amrutasya vyasya cha शाश्वतस्य च धर्मस्य सुखस्यै कांतिकस्य च. So this is the light, in fact. So this is a switch. The switch is Krishna. If you switch on Krishna, then you and you go to the illuminated stage, which is the Brahman stage, and then the light is on to go to Krishna. And I am the basis of the impersonal Brahman, which is immortal, imperishable, and eternal, and is the constitutional position of the ultimate happiness. So, in any case, Raja never gets unlimited happiness. He gets just a temporary happiness. So, to be in the Sattu platform, we must read. So, we must read, Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, so many beautiful self-realization. I again submit that please buy the books. In the site it is available. The book comes with the Chapamala and three more books like self-realization, very good books, because books, Prabhupada says that he lives in the books, and without devotee association, it is just not possible to come to the platform. Just not possible to be in the Sattva Guna, and then of course going beyond it. So, are you ready to take the next step? Hare Krishna. Just I want an answer from everyone. Are you going to take the next step?
100% I'm gonna take Prabhuji. Eagerly waiting.
Everyone, I want an answer. Everyone, please unmute. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. You want to take the next step? So there are after this 18 days, there is level 2, 3, 4, and 5, where in detail each verse you will understand. And after that, you will enjoy the nectar of each verse. And not only you will become sattva, but also transcend that. So detailed study of Bhagavad Gita, study of Srimad Bhagavatam, study also includes various Upanishads, interactive sessions. So please register now. Course up, I mean, when it is available, Mataji? After this course, right? Immediately. So this is 6 module courses with 10 sessions. Bhakti. So there is a
Yes,
Bhakti
sir.
Shastri course also. So slowly, you can join all the courses and uplift yourself. That is my humble submission. So there are also programs for children, because Prahlad Maharaj says that Krishna consciousness has to start at the childhood, when young. It has to start young, not it's not that only in old age someone should have the Krishna consciousness, because we don't know at what time will die. So it is better that it is given to the children. So first, as a parent, as an guardian, we must encourage the children to be part of the Krishna conscious movement. Please bring them to the program so that they have a exposure to Gita, and there cannot be a better exposure than Gita. We have understood that. So Yoga Maya is for pure devotees. So there is two Mayas. One is Yoga Maya and one is Maha Maya. And Maya is for the rest of the people, for the material world, for the Rajasi, for the Sattvic also. For us, it is Yoga Maya. Who will help us? Maya metam tarantite. So that's all when you forget God. Maya is not a ghost. Maya is a what? Maya is a condition of consciousness. That's all when you forget God or Krishna. That is called Maya. So this Maya is that which is not, is law and order energy of God. Ma means no. That's what now he's making clarifying this. Ya means this. So you are thinking that you are happy, but you are not happy. This is called Maya. So let us get out of the Maya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is the Maha Mantra which will take us out from the clutches of the Maya. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna. So I stop sharing. Today also we have crossed, I think. So that's how it is.